don't worry, it's not gonna be a rant video because I'm about 9 months late. But let's get into the chapter review. So we are back for another Moro arc. I swear I need like a theme song or something. You know like how they have those Superman theme songs and the Batman. I think I need a theme song. Yeah, we're gonna work on that one of these days. Yeah. So let's get right back into the chapter and pick up where we left off. So we pick right back up where Vegeta and Moro are fighting, and Moro seems to get serious. Now, one of the more interesting things that Moro does in this chapter, he explains that the way he uses his power, that same power where he was slamming down Vegeta, it's not necessarily his power, but it's the power from the planet itself. And the way it works is he basically channels the planet's life force energy and turns it into a weapon. That is pretty crazy. One of the cool things about this manga chapter was that they did a little bit of a callback to Nappa. Now, what you're seeing here is Moro doing his attack, but notice the hand movements that he's doing. Doesn't that look a little bit familiar? And when he does that, a part of the planet comes up through the ground and proceeds to attack Vegeta. This was pretty cool. I like the little callback that they did to Nappa. You know, Nappa's kind of like forgotten. He's kind of like a pretty whack saying, but you know, just a second. Then there was a pretty cool idea that Vegeta had. He thought that flying in the air would help him avoid the attacks, but nah. Moro then sends the lava up into the air to come and attack Vegeta out of it. But y'all know my boy Vegeta. He's too nice. So of course it doesn't affect him. But then later on, Moro explains that the power he's using really has no limit as long as he's using it from the planet. Basically, the way it works is, as long as he's on a planet, he can continue to use that power until the planet is destroyed. Now, this power seems to be pretty reckless, dangerous, but very useful, because if you think about it, Moro doesn't have to use any of his energy at all. I mean, he just uses the planet, and the planet essentially fights for him. He doesn't have to exert himself at all. Where Vegeta's dodging and powering up and transforming and doing physical attacks, Moro's just using the planet. I mean, that's pretty crazy. But you know my boy Vegeta is also a clever dude. So one of the things he does was he was making Moro talk just to figure out what his true intent was, which is to get the Dragon Balls to wish for himself to be younger. Because he's saying that, you know, he was much more powerful when he was younger and he was more of a threat. Vegeta, hearing this, immediately powers up to Super Saiyan Blue after Moro throws another lava attack at him, and then Vegeta starts to get serious. So it looked like Vegeta was struggling, but he was really playing Moro for a fool. Once Vegeta went back to Super Saiyan Blue, he dodges, Moro can't even land a single hit on him, and Vegeta gives him a nice good kick right in the gut. Now Moro does something that really reminded me of Cooler. He notices that Vegeta is caught off guard, and he starts to shoot a blast at him. And then Vegeta of course blocks it, but when the dust clears, Moro's holding a giant energy ball. A lot like what Cooler did to Goku in the movie, where he blasted Goku, and then when the dust settled, he had a giant energy ball as well. There's a lot of cool little callbacks that this chapter had. And all that energy that Moro was holding is the life essence from the planet Namek. Now Moro simply just collapses it in his hand and eats it. Now this is where it got very interesting. Right then and there, Vegeta decides, you know what, it's time for me to finish him and put him down. And Vegeta tries to power up to Super Saiyan Blue, and he can't. He cannot even transform, because the same energy that Moro was taking out of the planet was the same energy he was taking out of the Namekians, as well as the Saiyans who were on that planet. Moro's technique is different. It's not just where he can absorb the energy from the planet. He absorbs the energy from the planet and everything on it at that time. That was crazy. And this is when Moro leaps in, grabs Vegeta's face and slams him pure into the ground. And that is where the chapter leaves off. Honestly, this chapter was full of surprises. Like I told you guys before, I really do enjoy revisiting this arc because I didn't really read it. I saw some parts, I skimmed through it a little bit, but I'm actually liking the Moro arc. This was a great idea by one of my subscribers. This is interesting. I really like this. I like the take that they're doing on it. I like how Moro's not one of those cheap characters that just wishes to be strong and that's it. Okay, I hate that. You guys know I hate that. But so far, this is pretty good. This chapter, I would give it an 8. I think this chapter was pretty cool. It had a lot of surprises. It had a lot of great callbacks. But Let me know what you guys thought about it. So make sure you guys leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to share that video, because we're on that road to 1,000 subscribers, guys. So that's all I got.